everyone, it's Joey here with Stampin' with Joey, and I am here to show you this adorable card made with our Peaceful Poppies bundle that I purchased. I did purchase also separately the Poppy Parade and the Old Olive ink pads. I did not have Poppy Parade. I had the Old Olive, but it was in the older style ink container. And then I also purchased the coordinating Poppy Parade cardstock and Old Olive as well. I was running low on that. So we are working with these colors today. We'll also be using a black memento ink for our poppies. And to keep time down a little bit on this video, because there is several steps for this card, I went ahead, did a little bit of stamping and cutting out with my die cutters. But I will show you how to make this card. I'm using a base of the Poppy Parade along with our Peaceful Poppies cardstock. Now the cardstock comes in 12 by 12 sheets. I personally, my brain works better with a smaller size sheet. So I took my Peaceful Poppy, at least this one for right now, and I cut it down into 6 by 6 squares. So I basically have 4 sheets of this now. And for me, this just works a little better. I can just kind of visualize what I want to do with this sheet as opposed to a 12 by 12 sheet. So that's the first thing I did. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you the measurements that we're going to use for this DSP. We're using it on the corners of this card, and I took a piece of 4 by 4 with this DSP. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that right now to show you. I was experimenting with doing a 1-sheet wonder. So I have 4 and then by 4. And so I will show you, I did do a 1-sheet wonder with the 12 by 12. I did, however, I cut all of the pieces first into a 6 by 6, but I did experiment a little bit, and I'll show you the amount of cards that I got from the one piece of 12 by 12 paper. It was kind of crazy. Okay, so I just took the 4 by 4 and I lined it up in the center with my cutter, both sides, and I just cut it in half. And so now we've got 2 right triangles. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this to the side. I also need, oh, I didn't quite want to put that to the side yet. I also am using the Old Olive cardstock. This is cut at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm actually going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut this one straight down the center. So I'm lining my little piece up here. I love this cutter just for that reason. It's got those little notches, so it holds it nice right there in the center. All right. So that way, I can just layer pretty nicely with this. Oops. I'm all thumbs today, guys. All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna line it up kind of like that. All right, and that is going to be on top of our Peaceful Poppy, our Poppy Parade. Holy cow, you guys, I am tired. I did take a break. I haven't been on here in a while because I'm a teacher and I had Christmas break with my kiddos, and we had family come in, and I just wanted to spend a really nice, relaxing time with them, and that's what I did. So I took some time off. I haven't had some videos on here for a little bit, but that's okay. I feel like, you know, family's more important. So we are back at it though now, making some papers. For some reason, when I went to I'm gonna use a different one. When I went to score that one, it scored kind of crooked, so I'm gonna use this one. All right, I'll fix that one later. Okay, so my card base was 8.5 by 11, but I cut it at 4 1/4 so that I would have this piece. We are going to be stamping with our Peaceful Moment stamps that comes in the suite. The Peaceful Poppies Suite has this stamp set, the Painted Poppies stamp set, and then it also comes with 2 different die sets. It comes with the painted labels, and it comes with the Poppy Moments dies. And I did use, for this one, I used my, hold on, let me double check to make sure. I just want to make sure I'm not telling you the wrong thing. Yes, okay. I used my painted label dies. I used this flower die and this one. I used both of these to cut out my poppies. That was pretty easy peasy. And then I also used this die. I love this die, you guys. This is so versatile. I can just see myself using this over and over and over again. It's just so cool. And honestly, this one, most of these dies in this set, really the only ones that would really absolutely pertain to the stamp set itself are these 2. And the rest of them, you could use any other time. Even the leaves you could cut out if you wanted. Okay, so I'm gonna set this to the side for right now. Those are the dies that I used. The dies, or the stamps that I'm using today, is gonna be the Happy Birthday and the, I believe it's the Wishing You Every Happiness This Special Day Will Bring. Okay, so I'm gonna use both of those stamps. Now, I did not use, you could, if you wanted to. You could use this die set to punch out the saying that I have on this card. But I loved the new, sorry, I dropped my die, I wanted to pick it up. I wanted to use the new punches that we have. So I pulled both of these out. And I want to say this is called the Fancy, hold on. New stuff, and I don't have it memorized. So let's see. This is most of you probably already know. I'm sure you've had your eye on. I've had my eye on these for a while. But they're also super versatile. I feel like I will use them over and over and over, just in various, okay, here it is. It's the Label Me Lovely Punch. That's this one, the bigger, it's kind of hard to pick up on this one. It's the bigger one. This is the Label Me Lovely Punch, and this is the Label Me Fancy Punch. And this one's fancy because it's got 2 additional punches to the sides. This one's like elongated, and this is a little tiny circle punch, which that's going to be amazing to use, especially when it comes to tags and stuff like that. So I wanted to use that with this card, so I'm using that instead of the other dies, but you could very well use these 2 instead of the punches. Either way it would work. So anyway, I am going to put this to the side and show you what we're doing. All right, so let's get back on track, Joe. All right, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to put these 4 pieces together, all right, and attach them to the outside and of my card base. So let me grab my, you know what, I'm going to use tear and tape today because I want it to be quick and I don't want to have a lot to deal with. I did buy some refills for my Tombow. I need to load that on there. Okay, so I hope you guys had a good holiday. We stayed busy, and yet it still felt relaxing, more relaxed than what we would have been if we were in school and all that. All right, so I'm gonna line it up. I'm gonna look at my corners, make sure that I'm keeping it pretty even. Maybe. Oops. Oops. Hold on. Hold the phone. I'm struggling, you guys. Okay, hold on. Let's do it from up here, maybe. I should have used wet glue. Maybe I'll use wet glue in the next one, because that way it won't be so hard to line up. There we go. All right. So there's one. I'm gonna use wet glue on this one. That way I have some time to move it around if I want. Okay. Wet glue is not my favorite. I just don't think I like the way it dries. It's okay. Some people prefer it. I just prefer my Tombow. Snail or tear and tape, but this one is more forgiving, so you do have a little more time. All right, so here we go. That worked much better. Note to self, use liquid glue. All right, so at least when it comes to these. Now I'm gonna take my pieces and I'm going to, because they go right to the edge of your card, I'm gonna, let me get myself in frame so you can see what I'm doing. That would be helpful, Joe. All right, so I am going to line that one up on that side, and this one's gonna line up on this side at the very edge, okay? And it's gonna look like that once it's down. And then we're gonna start with the sort of the embellishments that we have on the front. Now I did, for the embellishments, go ahead and stamp those and die cut those to save time on this video. It doesn't take that long, really, honestly, but I like to not have to worry about pulling my die cutter out and having you guys watch me die. Everybody knows how to die cut, or at least most people that are crafting and stamping have experienced a die cutter, so I don't know. I feel like that's like, come on. All right, so there's that one. Then I'm going to glue this one down. Again to the very edge. There we go. All right. Just rub it down. Shake the camera. Sorry. Okay. So there we go. There's the outside of my card. Now, I took, like I said, the little circle, wispy circle die, and I die cut both Vellum and Old Olive. And so I have a piece of each. And I am simply going to be gluing in the center both of these. Now I'm kind of offsetting the Vellum one just a tad so you can kind of see the overlap of it. There's lots of little layers to the outside of this card. The inside is not quite so many. It's adorable, but it's pretty simplistic. Okay, so there's that one. And then for the Vellum, I will do the same. Now, the Vellum is going to be the center of it. I'm not worried about. I, of course, am putting the punched pieces on top, so I'm not worried about it being, the glue being seen. All right, there we go. And I just kind of offset it a little bit. Alrighty, and like I said, you're not gonna see the center. So I took my, where is it? Oh yeah, okay. happy birthday stamp. I'm just gonna go ahead and restamp it because that one's a little crooked. I'm gonna move this to the side. I'm gonna use my Poppy Parade and stamp happy birthday onto, yeah, because I don't know, maybe I could use that one. Hold on, let's see. What do I do with it? I hate to waste a perfectly good stamped image, but I'm afraid it might be crooked. Oh no, okay. I think it's gonna work. Let's make sure it's not crooked. Does that look right? Yep, going for it. There we go. Yeah, that turned out okay. All right, then I'm taking a scrap piece of Poppy Parade, and I'm going to, hopefully I can find one that's, yeah. And I'm going to stick it in here and punch it out. Easy. Now, I think I'm going to do a little bit, yeah. I'm gonna take one of my little sponge daubers. I'm gonna use a new one because I've never used Poppy Parade on any of my sponge daubers, so. And I kind of want to put just a little bit of something something on this white, so I'm just gonna go around the edge. I haven't done this on the others. I'm winging it right now. That's okay. Creative juices are flowing. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so you don't have to do that. I just thought that would add a little something to it. Okay, so now I am gonna use tear and tape on this. And I'm just gonna adhere it down to my punch this way. You know, you could almost do that. Hold on. Another thought, because I like tone on tone. Wonder what it would, it's a little subtle. Makes it a little darker around the edges. Kind of like that. It may not pick it up on the camera very well, but it's just subtle enough that you can kind of see it change. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to adhere this down. Now I'm going to move that out of the way. And let's see. Yes, I just glued this directly down. So I'm going to take another piece. Like I said, I prefer my tear and tape or my Tombow. All right. And adhere this down to the center. Yeah, right there. That's cute. Okay, so far, so good. All right, now I'm gonna put that away, and I'm going to, in the bundle suite for the poppies, it does have these Peaceful Poppies sequins, and they're so cute, you guys. Like, seriously adorable. They have little black ones in here, which I did make another card. Okay, so I had a phone call. All right, now, anyway, so the Peaceful Poppy sequins is what I'm going to be using on here. I'm going to just add a couple. And I like to use the, for things like this, I like to use the fine tip glue pen for these. I just feel like it makes it a little easier and precise when adding sequins. I'm just putting a couple little dots here and there. Nothing too major. And pick a tool. And you could literally use, I mean, just any of these sequences, but I'm gonna use this one. I could have put these on last. That's all right. The inside of the card does not take very much. The flower sequences are so cute. All right, it's got like too much goo coming out of it. Let me help it out a little bit. All right, let me see. One last one. What do I want? I'm going to use, wow, look, it just keeps coming. I'm gonna use a clear flower. Yeah. All right, so maybe I might need to put more glue down. I think so. Get off. All right, there we go. You guys ever talk to your crafts like they're listening? Yeah. Anyway, so I'm now gonna take some flowers. I did punch and stamp and punch out some poppies. I did the smaller ones that they have available, the smaller stamp. Let me find my, yeah. I did this one. And I did this one, and then of course, I stamped this one down first with my Poppy Parade color, and then I stamped the black Memento ink over, and I just kind of centered it. Now, for the smaller poppies, these work great. It covers the whole area. And then for the larger poppies, it's meant to look sort of like watercolor or, you know, whimsical, and so it doesn't go to the edge perfectly. It's not supposed to. So, I have a few of those, and I'm going to be placing one down here at the bottom, one up here at the top, and then some leaves in between. All right, so my leaves that I did were also stamped with that same stamp set, and I used Old Olive with this stamp, and then I pulled this one out and also used Old Olive so that it looked like watercolor. Just kind of splashed onto it. So, let me move my sequins to the side. And I'm gonna use my Stampin' Dimensionals for my poppies. Okay, so on the back, I'm gonna put 3 on this big one. Okay, and I'm just kind of placing it like right here, kind of over the corner. All right, and then I'm gonna put like 2 on the back of the smaller one. I'm just pressing my nail down the center of each one of these little dimensionals. They have the paper on the back, so you just take your nail and kind of pop it down. They lift right up. All right, so I'm gonna place it like right here. All right, then I'm gonna take a couple of leaves. This one, and I'm putting 1 dimensional on the back of each. And I'm just kind of sticking it, you know, down to the side. So there's 1 here that I'm gonna place. And then the other one, I'm gonna place like right here. Okay. Super cute. All right, now the inside of the card, I have a piece of Whisper White that I'm using right here. And I am going to be stamping the other sentiment, the one I was telling you about, wishing you every happiness this special day will bring. Let's stamp in the center. I like to use the line at the bottom to kind of just make sure my cardstock is level. And then so there we go. There's that. Then I'm taking this poppy. It's sort of one that's kind of off. Looks like you're looking away, like far away from it. And I'm going to use my old olive ink. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp it right here to the side. And then last, I'm going to take this little, looks like splotches of watercolor, and I'm going to use my Poppy Parade and stamp, yeah, right there, and I'm just doing a little corner, like right there, just to get that piece, yeah. And it's just like a little splotch that's, you know, a little artsy. Okay, so that's the inside of my card. I'm going to use my tear and tape for this. So that I can stick it inside. Oh, don't put it upside down, Joe. You would be sad. Drop it on the floor. Step on it a few times. Just kidding. Okay. There we go. All right, and that's it. That is my happy birthday Peaceful Poppies card. I love this set. I think it's super cute. There's so many different things in this suite that it comes with. I've spent hours playing around with it just to kind of get my hands wet with it. And so I did make this card up last night. So I made a replica for you, but I wanted to show you with one piece, including the one that I made last night, this one. I also made, let me show you however many other cards I made. And I don't have any other embellishments. These are just the card bases with some other cardstock put with it. But these cards were all made out of one sheet of Peaceful Poppies cardstock. Every single one of these were made with just one, and I'm using some of the ribbon, just trying to get some ideas. But every single one of these cards I made with, this was one sheet of Peaceful Poppies. It's crazy. And of course, you know, this was the same way. I just added, you know, some of the dies, and I just spruced it up. But I mean, this is an amazing amount of cards from one piece of cardstock. This one I really think is cute. I don't know if I'll, you know, I kind of want to add some more stuff to it. You know, just throwing some, I'm not really thinking this through, just throwing some things on here. And look at that. That just spruces it up right away. It's like, you got the card base, and then with just so, like that one piece of paper, it just gave me so much. Anyway, all right, so I just wanted to share that with you. Well, I really enjoyed doing this card for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I have another card that I'm going to be posting how to do in my next video, and I have changed it up a couple of times. I did, I'm still changing it up as I work on it. This was one of the cards that I made that I'm going to be doing a video how to make it, and I kind of cased it a little bit, but then I added my own flair as well. So this will be my next video for you guys. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. I look forward to making more videos for you. If you enjoy them, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That'll let me know that you'd like to see more content like this. All right, I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Bye.